Do you drive for Uber, Lyft, or any other car services like that, or you drop off food or any of that and you use your own vehicle and you also are paid on a 1099 NEC? Then keep on watching because I'm going to give you 7 different tax deductions that you can take on your taxes this tax season that can help you save a lot of money. Keep watching. Hi there, guys, and thank you for joining me at the Financial Spotlight. I'm Chantrell, and I'm here to give you financial tips and tricks that are going to help you on your road to know your money. And today, I am bringing you 7 different tax deductions if you drive Uber, Lyft, or if you deliver for food or groceries or Shipt. All of the different companies that may pay you on a 1099 NEC and you use your vehicle. This video is just for you. So we're gonna start it right off with your vehicle expenses. On your taxes, you can either choose to deduct vehicle expenses or mileage. Now, these will be deducted on your Schedule C, and you will have to make sure that your tax person, or if you're doing it yourself, that you know exactly what to do and where to go in order to deduct all these things. When you're deducting your vehicle expenses, there are a multitude of different things that you can write off. You can write off your car wash. So say you get your car washed before you go out and pick up people. You can write that off. Car depreciation. So you know that when you're driving around, all the miles, everything from day to day, your car is depreciating. Heck, it depreciated when you drove it off the car lot. So it's depreciating. You can write that off on your taxes. You can also write off your car loan interest. So if you purchase the car or if you pay interest on it, whatever that is, you can write that off on your taxes as well. Next, you're going to write off your registration fees. When the DMV sends you that little form, and in there's a certain amount of fees that you can take out, then those are the fees that you can write off on your taxes. You can also write off any licenses that you had to pay for or to get to in order to drive for these people. So maybe they have a certain type of license that you have to get, not the regular license that we have. Also, if you had to renew your license in order to drive, whatever it is, or if you had to go down to the DMV and then say, hey, I need to get a printout of something and I have to pay for that, you can write that off on your taxes because you are driving and that is your business. Also, you can write off gas. Gas is high, you guys, and we need to be able to write that off. You need to keep every single receipt that you get when you are driving your clients around. Do not throw them away, crunch them up, or just forget about them because they are important for you to be able to write off your gas on your taxes. Next, you can write off leasing payments. Now, if you're leasing your car and that's how you're owning your car, sometimes I remember that Uber was allowing people to actually purchase a car through the program, and then they would pay that, like the payment would come out of their payment for driving. So you can write that off on your taxes as well. You can write off ride share insurance. So for driving Lyft, driving Uber, taking people here and there, you need a certain type of insurance to be able to cover those people that are riding with you. You can write that off on your taxes as well. Oil changes. You got to make sure that your car is up to par, right? When you're driving people around, you don't want it to break down on you. You don't want to necessarily have to call the AAA company or any of those companies that come and pick you up if there's an issue with your vehicle. So you need to get your oil changed regularly. You need to get other things done to your car regularly, and that is something that you can write off on your taxes. Garage rent. Do you go and park your car in a garage and you have to pay pay for that garage monthly. Sometimes in big cities and stuff like that, people don't have garages in their homes. People don't necessarily have a place to park on the street, so they have to park in a garage and they have to pay for that. If that's the case, then guess what? Write that off on your taxes. Your tires, you need the tires to be up to date as well, and you need to rotate them and get them serviced regularly to make sure that you are safely driving your customers. The toll that you pay, do you go through bridges and over bridges and all over the place and pay toll all the time? Write that off on your taxes as well. Parking fees. So I talked about paying for renting a garage. Say that you have to pay parking fees because you're parking on the street. You have to park at a meter. You have to keep your car in a parking place where you have to pay for that. Well, if that's the case, write that off on your taxes. And roadside assistance. I talked about that earlier when I said you want to make sure that you get your oil changes. Well, you should pay for monthly roadside assistance just in case. And if you're paying for monthly roadside assistance or annual roadside assistance, however you pay for it, make sure you write that off on your taxes as well. Taxes. Well, don't fret, because I have a free, yes, I said a free tax deduction list, plus a guide to guide you through and tell you every single deduction and exactly why and how you write it off on your taxes. Go ahead and download that today. Link is down below in the description box. You'll thank me later. So far in this video, can you believe that I've only given you one of the 7 tax deductions that you can take off on your taxes? Well, now I'm going to give you the other 6 because they are separate from the vehicle expenses, which were full of information, right? So the second thing that you can write off on your taxes, like remember I said either your vehicle expenses or your mileage, you can write off mileage. Mileage is something that you need to keep track of. I have a mileage tracker and I will link it down in the description box that you can get. It's for like $1.50. That's less than a cup of coffee. This will help you manage your miles. You need to know how many miles you're driving each day to and fro, and making sure that you keep track of that so that you can write that off on your taxes. Now, the third thing that you can write off is your cell phone expenses. Now, you know that they make you take that phone and make sure that it is up to date. It is uploaded, updated, everything. You have your app on there, and that's how you get customers. So you need to be able to have it up to date. It can't be old and all of that, right? So you can write that off in your taxes. You pay for it every month. You use it all the time to make sure that you are communicating with your clients and you're communicating with the company. So you can write that off on your taxes. Next are service fees charged by Uber or Lyft. So I've seen that some of my tax clients get a Form K1, and this form will sometimes put information on there where they are being charged fees for driving or fees out of the money that they make for driving. Those fees are also tax deductible. You can also write off complimentary items that you give to your people that you're driving around. So you might supply water, you might supply, mints and candies or snacks or anything like that. I've seen those in Uber Blacks a lot. People that drive Uber Black provide those things because these people are a lot of the times leaving extravagant events and they need a ride home, or they're leaving the office, they've been working late, or even they're leaving the airport and they're going home, or they're leaving home and they're going to the airport. Well, they might want water, snacks, gum, candy, mints, cough drops, any of those things. But if you provide those for your customers, then you can definitely write that off on your taxes. And the next one is your tax preparation fees. You should definitely probably have a tax preparer doing this for you to make sure that you are getting all of the tax deductions that you need or you can write off on your taxes. So if you pay a person to process your taxes or prepare your taxes, then you can write that off on your taxes the next year. And then the last thing would be your dashboard camera. So a lot of times you have to have a camera in your dashboard for Uber, Lyft to see, also so that they know that you're being safe, so that your customer knows that they're safe. And this is a cost that is coming out of your pocket so that you can make sure that everybody's safe and they trust you, right? So you can definitely write that off on your taxes. So I hope this information has helped you. If you know anyone that drives Uber, Lyft, or any of those other types of, or work for any of those other types of services, make sure you share this video with them so that they will have this information as well. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I always answer all of my comments, and I try to do it within a 1 to 2 day period. And I am so grateful that you have joined me here at the Financial Spotlight. And if you need any help with your taxes or you're trying to figure out exactly where to start, make sure you watch this video right here to help you on your road to preparing your taxes or knowing exactly what you need to bring to your tax appointment with your tax preparer. Thanks for joining me. Have a great one. Bye.